Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole
Yeah. Yeah. God be with you.
You were saying about Black Peter. I think I can tell you what happened to Svatopluk.
Really?
The fact that he died just after beating Black Peter and winning the tourney was no coincidence.
So it was that bastard.
Yes, Black Peter lay in wait and ambushed me. He's a nasty piece of work. The thing is, he had some kind of poison on his weapon, so I reckon he might have poisoned your son. The signs you spoke of point to it.
Merciful God, I knew it. But how did you get away from the fucker? Did you kill him?
He was no match for me. I sent him straight to hell where he belongs.
Thank you. It won't bring my boy back, but it gives me some peace to know you avenged his death. Here, take this. It's not much, but it's all I have.
Let's have a word about the price.
All right, sir.
Are we agreed?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. Aye, that would do it. God be with you. Goodbye.
Greetings.
What happened here?
Horror of horrors, Master. We were attacked by some bandits and then the plague broke out.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. The Almighty has sent this punishment on us.
How did you manage to fight them off?
Well, we were lucky. Young Straw saw the gang a little way out of the village and ran to warn old Melikar. If it wasn't for that, none of us would be here.
It looks like you fended them off, though. I can't see any burned houses.
They had no time for that. But they've left us with fresh graves. Young Straw himself got cut up, something terrible, and a few others. We've a number of wounded. And now the plague to crown it all. Christ preserve us.
And the disease? Tell me something about it.
I don't want to tempt fate by talking about it. Makes me shudder to think of it. There's not much to tell anyway. It hit us just after that rabble left. First the horses died, then livestock, and now it's people. Like Melikar's wife. Poor thing.
I'm looking for Matthias. I think he works at the stud here.
Matthias. Matthias? Wait, I know. He's not been here long, isn't that right?
Not long, it's true.
Well, those bastards got him. He's laid up at the stud now. His arm's in a bad way, but at least he's still alive.
Thank you. These bandits, who were they?
Some thieving rabble. What do I know? Maybe those damned humans. But they spoke Czech. Ask the captive at the Malikars.
Melichar, Straw. Those names are new to me.
They're locals. Melikar's been in charge here since old vassal Smill from Neuhof passed away. May God grant him eternal peace. And Straw, that's the local woodsman. Poor fellow. The bandits killed his son, and his wife has the disease.
Where will I find Melichar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melikar's is the house on the left.
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, you'll see Straw's house on the right.
Thank you, that's all.
Goodbye.
Sweet Mary, Mother of God. No more suffering. Mama. Mama.
Oh, leave me be.
Greetings.
What happened here?
Horror of horrors, Master. We were attacked by some bandits, and Then the plague broke out.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. The Almighty has sent this punishment on us.
Thank you, that's all.
God bless.
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Sir Radzig sent me here to investigate the raid.
Sir Radzig? Looks like you've come up in the world, mate. You're here as his envoy?
He took me into his garrison.
Hal, the blacksmith's boy, in the service of his lordship. Who'd have ever thought it? My luck hasn't been so good.
Well, every man has to put his shoulder to the wheel. There's times like this that sort the grain out from the chaff.
Very stirring. Maybe you could give us all a sermon in church tomorrow. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's bad. It started the day after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill too.
Damn! Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melachar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the barn. But be careful.
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening a sickle for him. Melachar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I understand old Straw wants revenge, but first I have to question that bandit. What happens after is no skin off my nose.
Good luck, then.
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't humans, though. They spoke Czech.
You talked to them?
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained villagers manage to hold off armed bandits?
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melachar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted an assault against them?
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torture. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melachar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's...
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his...
I can tell you what he'll do with him. He'll hand him over to Sir Radzig's envoy. Me.
I doubt Melachar will let him go willingly. The folk here are baying for blood. Lives have been lost. First the raid, and now this plague. God knows what they'll do.
Are you alright?
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Can I ask you a bit about merhojed?
I haven't been here long enough to learn much, but ask away.
Can you tell me something about Old Straw?
He's a woodcutter, tough as they come, and a hothead. He's been out of his mind since his boy died.
It's normal to grieve, though.
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid he'll snap or drink himself to death. What's worse, his wife caught the sickness, and he's not taking care of her.
What's Melikar like?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Melikar.
Since when do subjects govern a village in place of the lord?
What can we do? If it weren't for Melikar, those bandits would have torched the place to the ground. The villagers won't follow anyone else.
How are you?
What's happened here?
Things are bad. Very bad. First we get attacked by them brigands. Barely come out of that alive, and now the plague.
Plague, you say?
Indeed so. Something's up with the village. Even the livestock are dying. It's a gruesome sight.
Thanks. That'll be all for now. I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, so.
Is this enough?
Come now, just a little more, and we have a deal. Aye, that would do it.
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you be?
Henry, envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. And Sir Radzig won't help us with that, any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
No one could have known what would happen.
If Sir Radzig hadn't pissed off into the woods and stayed in the camp, they would never have dared attack us.
If Sir Radzig hadn't gone into the woods, he'd have left so many to attack here that you'd never have fought them off.
Makes no odds now. We've a different problem to deal with.
If there's anything I can do, just tell me.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know someone to turn to, if she's actually there.
Very well. I'll go to the monastery. Probably our best hope.
Thank you. At least for taking the trouble. But then, even if you cared nothing for us, the prisoner's got the pestilence too. He'll die without help.
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. They're bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself? People talk a lot and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Very well. I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses, but don't stay too long in those homes.
That I can promise you.
Good. Ah.
Brother, dearest brother, is that you?
No, I'm not your brother.
Then go away. I want my brother. Brother, my brother, where are you?
God be with you.
Brother, are you here? Hey. Hey. We're gonna slow down. Pitch up the white boys. I might catch that one.
What's happened here?
Things are bad. Very bad. First we get attacked by them brigands. Barely come out of that alive. And now the
Plague, you say?
Indeed so. Something.
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road.
Thanks. That'll be all for now.
Have you come for my wife? You're out of luck. I'm old Straw, don't you know? Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't take my wife, you bastard.
Calm down, Straw.
You're telling me to calm down? Why the fuck should I be calm?
Because if you don't calm down, I'll make you regret it.
Oh, now we're talking. Come on then, you bastard! Come on! Ah! No! Oh! Don't speak to me.
Sweet Mary, Mother of God, I can't bear the pain. Oh,
Fever.
sweet Mother of
Just
God.
like Melchar's wife.
Make it stop.
Grant him a place in thy kingdom. Grant him eternal. Who are you? Can't you see we have the plague cross on the door?
Please accept my condolences.
Thank you. My poor good husband. I took care of him as much as I could, but this morning...
I'm sorry to hear that.
What do you need from me?
They sent me to the monastery for help, but I need to know how the disease shows itself.
Yes, I'll tell you everything. But first help me bury my husband. I'm too weak. And Melichar said the dead should be buried at once.
Tell me first, I need to go around other infected houses too. But then I'll be back and I'll help you.
Thank you. But please do come back. I can't do it alone. My husband had the fever all over.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like it'd been stuffed with rocks. He was writhing all night through. It must have hurt terribly.
Thank you.
What's he got? Do something. My God, over there.
Don't move a finger.
Stop!
Surrender.
I was told you were dragging a lifeless body around on your shoulder. Where the fuck do you think you are? If it was up to me, I'd send you straight to the chopping block. You're lucky the law will only let me throw you in jail.
All right, that's enough. Maybe you didn't realise, but I'm in the service of the Lord of Ratai. So you better keep that in mind.
Try your fairy tales on someone else.
Jail it is then.
Just the accommodation for you. Get moving.